Okay.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Fun Times with WebPT. I'm Christy Shores. I'm the speech therapist that signs off on all the SLP's reports and daily notes. Just a couple things before I get started. I'm in charge of the daily notes for the SLPs in San Diego, in Ontario, and in San Francisco. So just know that I am talking to a lot of different therapists and I have a lot of different issues going on at the same time. Please be a little patient with me. I check my email and WebPT emails daily. I'm usually able to get back to you within that day, but you're always welcome to give me a call and I'd be happy to help you out. First thing I'm going to show you is how to find your client, what you do once you signed in. Pardon me, I'm a little slow with the PCs. Where it says search patient, you can put in the patient's first name, patient's last name, or you can try the full name. Sometimes the full name will not work, so try putting the last name or just the first name to see if that gets you what you want. I'm going to type in John Doe because that is our dummy example. So let's find him. I'm not a PT. Okay. Yes. Sorry, my friends. There we go. Okay, so click on SLP. So when you first get down to your client, what you want to do is there is a box up here, if I can get to it. Okay. So on the top, it will have all the information regarding your patient. Oh my goodness. Let's not do that anymore, right? Okay. You're going to go to Patient Record Action right here. If this is a brand new client and you've not ever put any information regarding reports or daily notes for this client, the only thing it's going to allow you to do is to complete initial assessment. Things you need to know about this. If you're doing an initial assessment and it's a true evaluation that needs to be submitted to insurance for reimbursement, I have sent out a very detailed instruction on how to do evaluations on WebPTs for SLPs. Please read through the directions. They're very detailed. I have seen some reports that are lacking a lot of specifics. So in that in the instructions, I detailed what needs to be put in, what can be ignored. If you have any questions about that, again, please contact me. So if it's a dummy evaluation, meaning maybe the child had been evaluated 3 months ago by Regional Center, and now Regional Center is having the family go through their insurance. You don't need to write up another evaluation. We call it a dummy evaluation, and basically it's just a placeholder so that you can access the daily notes in order to put your treatment service notes on it. What you would need to do is go ahead and open up the evaluation, and it's going to ask you for the date of service. If you have the date of the original evaluation, put that in, and it's going to have you put in the onset date of injury. That's up to your discretion, but it needs to be the onset date needs to be before the date of the evaluation. If it is a dummy evaluation, please email me and let me know it's a dummy evaluation because it helps me sign off so it's not billed to the insurance. So once a placeholder is in there for the evaluation or an actual evaluation was done, then you can access daily notes. Please note that daily notes are what we call SOAP notes. If we look at here, we do not need to put anything for, pardon me, we do not need to put anything for case notes. We don't need to put anything for progress notes. I'll never ask you for that. The only things we're really dealing with are add daily note, which is SOAP notes, and re-exam if we need to request more speech services from insurance company if their authorization has expired or they ran out of treatment sessions. So let's go. Say that again?
Again, about if they run out of sessions.
Okay, so let's say the child was given 20 sessions and it looks like you're going to run out before the authorization. What we need to do is we need to tell insurance that we want more services. Please email me a month before the authorization is up or a month before the sessions are going to end so I can tell you what you need to do. In some cases, we can bill for another evaluation in which you would get 2 units of productivity. And other situations, you would just have to add it on your daily note under plan. And again, if that's the case, let me know as well. But moral of the story is, if you authorizations is going to expire soon or sessions are going to run out soon, please email me a month before this happens and I'll guide you through it. Does that help, Charlotte?
Thank you.
Okay. So if we go to add daily note, this is what we do every treatment session. We're going to click here.
You're in the PT file.
Oh. Okay, sorry, Mike. We're in the PT section? Ah, not a PT. Make sure you're in the SLP section. Why won't it let me do it? Beth, can you help me? Oh, what?
Oh, I went to
I don't want OT. Okay. My advice is to get a Mac. I hate PCs. Okay, now we're in SLP. Okay, so John Doe is a dummy patient. You are welcome to find him and look up what I've done. If you want to look at the examination or the daily note, perfectly fine. Please don't finalize these documents because then it won't be able to show you how we actually complete it. It will just show you a preview of what it looks like when insurance sees it. So let's say we're going to do a daily note. We saw him today. So what we do, we click on daily note and then the arrow right next to it. It will allow me to do this. There we go, okay. So a lot of the information that WebPT is asking you can completely ignore when you're doing daily notes. The date should already be there. If you're writing it for a different date, go ahead and change that. That shouldn't be a problem. The diagnosis and treatment diagnosis codes should already be there. You shouldn't have to write anything in. If it's not there, please let me know and we'll fix that. The only thing I want you to fill out on this, on the subjective portion, the S part, is under current complaints gains. And really all I want to know is how the overall session went in terms of the child's ability to attend and participate in the therapy session. John had a great session, he needed frequent breaks and needed lots of redirection, but he was able to participate in therapy activities. 1 or 2 sentences, it does not need to be too detailed. This is also a good place to write any gains that the parents have reported. That's the only thing I need you to do on that page, under S. Okay, so let's go to objectives. For objectives, we need to, so this daily notes are also the super bill that we used to send in. So what you need to do is go to untimed codes, and typically it's going to be SLP treatment individual. Most 99% of the time that's what we're doing. We're doing individual speech treatment. Up here, the only thing I need you to, so we're going to click here. The only other thing I need you to complete is objective findings. This is where I want you to write your goals. please, 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 please write them in measurable units. They need to be measurable. It's up to your discretion how you want to measure them. You can do measurements with percentile, 90% accuracy. You can do it in 4 out of 5 opportunities. You could do it 5 times per treatment section. It's really going to be up to your discretion, and it's going to depend on the level of functioning your patient is at. So again, we need to put the treatment, SLP treatment code, and then we need to put the goals, measurable goals right here. And that's the only thing I want on objectives. Then we switch to assessment. WebPT does provide places to put the goals. I don't use them. I find them very cumbersome. You're welcome to do it. You can't put a lot of information where it says progress. So what I'm asking speech therapists to do is under assessment diagnosis, this is where you write out how the child performed on the goals you worked on. And you're welcome to add as little or as much information, but the measurements need to be there. John used 5 words per treatment session. And then if you want to provide any information, he did it without prompting, he did it with prompting. Sorry, phone, no, it's not mine. So again, measurable outcomes right here. That's the only thing I want in the assessment part. And in the plan part, usually it could just be a really short phrase, continue with objectives, or continue with initial objectives that were stated in the evaluation. That's really all. If you want to write, if you want to write something about the change in a goal that you may want to do for the next session, that's a perfectly appropriate place to put it. Yes?
So could you give me an example of the objective finding? Because I would have thought that would have been John used 5 words for a treatment session.
So just, I don't know for PTs, but
just to know, so yeah, just give a speech.
the objectives is usually what your goal is that session with the child, what the goals are.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
again, those need to be measured. And then the assessment is where you...
What he actually did.
Right, exactly. So back to plan, continue with treatment goals. That's perfectly fine. At the bottom where it says preview daily notes, finalize daily notes, yours will look very different. There should be a button right here on the left of preview daily notes that says forward notes, and it'll have a scroll down menu and it should say see Christy Shores. If you do not have this option when you go under plan, please let WebPT know. You can email them. They're very good about getting back to you, and let them know that you do not have the link and the option to forward your notes to me. It's very important. When you click the link to forward it to me, then I can sign off and it can be submitted to insurance and we're all good to go. Just some other quick things. If I email you about something, please email me back with a response. If I ask you to change something in a daily note, please email me back when you've made this change, because I cannot tell in WebPT if something has been updated. Charlotte, do you have anything else I should explain?
The only thing that I've been having trouble with is printing it out
Okay.
to give it to the parents. Sometimes when I click on print, it will work, and sometimes it doesn't. Or sometimes if I say preview or see the PDF, because I want to look at what the last one looked like without scrolling through all the pages.
Right.
And I can't bring those up for some reason.
You can't bring them up to be printed?
Yeah, or viewed.
Okay.
But that's at the bottom.
Where it says preview notes?
No, that's after I've sent it to you.
Okay.
You finalize it and you put your initials back, and then it's in the list of notes. When you just access that patient record. They'll have all the daily notes there. And I try to go in.
And you try to go to the PDF?
To PDF to see what the last one was, or to print the PDF to give to the parent.
And you're having a hard
I'm
time
having
with
trouble
that. So the question is, how do you print your daily notes for parents? And Charla, SLP here, is saying that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. When do you find that it works? So you're at the child's house or you're at
No.
home?
At home.
Okay. That is definitely a web PT question. You'd have to ask
Okay.
the support for that.
Okay.
I think sometimes what may happen is because there's a lot of HIPAA rules. They want to make sure that they're not violating any of those rules. So that's my only thought about why it could be a little hard and why it's hard to email parents as well.
I've been unable to email parents. That's why some of them want me to
Print,
the notes
yeah.
to give to.
Any other things I should talk about, Charla?
Did you go over using the scheduler?
You don't use the
Oh,
schedule.
that I haven't.
Yeah, you do not need to use the schedule on WebPT. I don't even check it. Again, please read all of the instructions that I sent you. If you've not received it, please let me know. For now on, now that I know all SLPs have the instructions, I will expect evaluations to be as I instructed, and I will expect daily notes to be as instructed. I think that's it. You're always welcome to email me, call me, whatever works for you. Again, I will try to get back to you within that same day. But I am done.
Thank you, Christy.
You're welcome. I think OT or PT is next. So let me just sign out, and I'll be out of your hairs, all of them.
Are you using the scheduler?
You are?
Just because otherwise every time I finalize it tells me
Yeah.
and then
It
it
drives you
just
nuts.
takes time to like overwrite
Yeah.
it and then upload it. So it goes faster for me
Okay.
when I'm doing like 6 notes at a time.
Okay.
If they've been scheduled.
So what Beth is saying is it's easier for her to put her schedule into WebPT. It's not required by Sunny Days, but it's totally up to you if you want to do it. All right.
Should we stop it so it's 2 separate recordings? Probably.
Sure.